Hello YouTube. I've been using my Ramir's bushcraft knife quite a lot lately. I found it's gone a little bit brittle. There's a couple of little chips out the blade and it's in need of a sharpen. So basically it's not a serious sharpen, but if you hold the blade up and look down it like that, I can see the blunt points, the little chips and bits and pieces I'm going to sort out now in a moment. This is my strop. It's a piece of leather bolted on here. I believe this is a shark strop, and it's pretty good. So, it's got a Japanese Waterstone. I can't remember what grit it is, but I always find it does a pretty good job. You've got to see how sharp this knife is. I don't know if you can see it so good, but every bit of the blade. That's without stropping, and now I'll give it a couple of strops. Very gentle with a strop. Doesn't have to be hard at all. Going back to the leg, this is a good way of testing how sharp your knife is. There you have it. Popping sharp. That's how I like my knives. You just watched me sharpen my bushcraft knife on a traditional Japanese Waterstone. And you've seen it slicing the hairs off my leg. And it was pretty impressive, as you could see. But I'm not happy with that. This is the Spyderco Tri-Sharpener. And if you put it on his back like this, and you put the ceramic rods in like this, and then sharpen it in exactly the same method, put it on there, feel the weight, and go up in nice and slow. I can feel so many burrs and notches on this knife. I don't know if you can hear them on the video, but they're awful. And I'm just going up nice and gentle every time with this Spyderco. I'm doing exactly the same method that I was using on the Japanese Waterstone, tilting him up a little bit to get to the end. And the same again, just a couple of strokes. Now the notches have stopped and it's gone really smooth now. Really smooth, and you can hear a lovely little sharpening sound. I don't know if you can hear it as it's coming up to the edges. Now, that's probably more than enough now. Now the Japanese Waterstone, it felt smooth all the time, but with this, it's now practically silent. So you can't really get much sharper than that. Now once it stopped making the noises, you know you've got rid of every single discrepancy that was in the blade. And he is now really smooth. I'm going to put the test now back on my leg. Now, as you can see, it's quite a big pull patch on my leg now. But I've just done the tray sharpener again, the knife again, and now have a look at the difference there now. That is literally slicing or popping MAs off. Absolutely unbelievable. Look at that. That's the difference. I can even go over where it was before. I can go over that and slice the hairs off. Popping the hairs off like absolute nothing. I mean that. Look at that. That is sharp. Really, really sharp. That's without stropping. Now if I run it across the strop just a couple of times now, you can see that the Japanese Waterstone is nowhere near as good as the Spyderco tray sharpener. After you finish stropping your knife and giving it a good levering, as they say, you can always then give your knife a nice little oil. This is Camilla oil, Japanese stuff, very expensive for big bottles, but the little bottles are pretty cheap. Little bottle I guess will cost you about £3 on eBay. And basically, just have a couple of drops on it, bit of paper, just rub it all in. You'll find it leaves a nice film on the blade, and that's it. I always put it on the tang of the blade too, and then once he goes into his sheath, then he's ready for my next project. Done and dusted, ready to go. The reason I use this Camilla oil is, like I said, it does leave a good film on it, but if you use it for food, etc., then it doesn't leave no nasty tastes. Watch my next video for sharpening my axe, because my axe has gone blunt and that needs sharpening too. Thanks.